Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the topic of defining value. So we're going to explore what is a value proposition, talk about consumers' needs versus wants, and what a good value proposition looks like in the real world. So let's start off with a very basic question. What exactly is a value proposition? Well, we have to start out by defining what value means. And value is the ratio, the total ratio of perceived benefits to perceived costs when it comes to a consumer's perception of the value that your product brings. And a value proposition includes the whole number or bundle of benefits and features and experiences that your product delivers. It's not just the product itself, it's everything, that whole total concept around that product that brings value. So first of all, let's start off with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You may have experienced Maslow before in another course or just in some of your own research. And basically what Maslow hierarchy of needs indicates is that we have a level of needs that we have to fulfill before we go to higher rungs on the pyramid. So we have needs, which are things that we must physiologically have or have other emotional needs. And then we have what's wants. So if you think about it, Maslow's very first rung on the hierarchy of needs is we need food, water, shelter, clothing, right, to survive. These are our physiological needs. Everyone needs these to survive. However, when you think about how do you turn a need into a want, I might need water to survive. However, I love Coke Zero. So I might want to have a Coke Zero to fulfill the need that I need for hydration, right? But I need it to survive. You might need to have a pair of shoes so that you don't burn your feet on the grass or on the sidewalk as you're walking to work. Or you need a pair of boots to keep your feet warm. So those, but a want could be, maybe I want Nike shoes, maybe I want UGG boots. So there's a difference between the need to have and the want to have. Next, we have safety and security, which is all around your health, your employment, property, family, etc. That well-being of peace and mind. Not until you get through these lower level needs do you want to have things like love and belonging. Maybe you want to be married or have some intimacy or a sense of connection or friends. And then the next rung is self-esteem. Not until you meet those lower level needs can you think about, I want achievement, I want a sense of accomplishment, maybe getting my degree is really important, or I don't just need a vehicle for transportation, I want a Mercedes or a Tesla. And then finally, self-actualization is the uppermost rung where you get into value types of needs such as morality, creativity, acceptance. So the wants for that could be, I would want to be an artist or a designer to help me feel good about myself, or I want to be a world traveler to help me fulfill experiences. So hierarchy of needs are something to keep in mind. There's physiological needs and there's higher level needs, but there's a difference and nuance between what you need and what you want. So as marketers, we look at all of these things in defining value for customers. And there was an HBR article that talked about the elements of the value pyramid. So if you take those lower level needs or the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there's also newer needs that come to mind, such as emotional needs. Maybe you want to have some sort of enjoyment in life, or maybe you have a life change need where you're going into from being single to married or having a family. So there's functional level needs that you need, like a seat belt for a car, and there's also these higher level needs. So it's the same sort of idea, but really what we're trying to do is we're trying to pinpoint based on your target audience, which needs are we trying to fulfill? So I want you to think about that with your product ideas. What needs might solve the problems or the issues or wants that your particular target audience is looking for? So I mentioned before that think about bringing your product offering together as more than just the features and the benefits. It's really that whole bundle of experiences and value that you have to solve that consumer's problem. So how do we go about doing this? We go about doing this in developing a value proposition. We'll talk about writing these value propositions in another video, but I want to show you how some companies define value in a public forum. So capturing value really is around how do you summarize the overall strategic value of your brand's benefits to that unique target audience. And the reasons we do this is if you have value, then you are solving a problem and then maybe even pushing into that want section mind of the buyer and even justify the price that the buyer's willing to pay. So what does a good value proposition look like? Let's take a couple of examples. So here's Spotify's homepage. And if you look at what Spotify homepage is telling you, listening is everything. That's their tagline. And their value proposition, if you look closely, is millions of songs and podcasts, no credit card needed. So they're telling you basically in just a few great words that everything you need is right here. We have millions and millions that features or of songs are the features, but basically they're telling you they have the most or more than anybody else in the way they're positioning this. And you get to use it for free. You don't have to give us any of your personal information from the credit cards. It is what it is. So that's a good example of the value that they're bringing to you right up front in the most visible portion of their website. Tortuga is a backpack company, and in this case, they're telling you pack everything you need for your next big trip. So they're very subtly showing you that this is a travel backpack, and you don't really need anything else. Everything fits into this backpack for your trip. And they show you in the scape of sort of being, it looks like a cityscape here. You know, you can be on the move, travel around the world. What is it? And then they come back. If you want to learn more about a travel backpack, they're going to ask you. You have a way to learn more about that. So they're telling you what they do and in what value they bring. Everything you need in one bag. Here's an ad for Harry's. Harry's is a shaving company, one of these subscription models. So you deserve a great shave at a fair price. Their value is everything you need is right here when you need it. Don't have to worry about it. You're going to get your razor, your shave cream, all those other things that you need to get a smooth shave. You don't have to worry about it ever going to the store and picking it up. So they do a good job about, at a fair price, everything you need is right here. So here is, I believe this is Home Chef, home cooking made simple. They're telling you in 4 words what their value proposition is. You don't have to go out to eat to get a home-cooked meal, but you don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. And they're also going a little bit further and telling you that you can make a delicious meal for only $7.99 per serving. So this is a great way of demonstrating with very few words what their value proposition is. You don't have to be a chef to be able to eat like a chef, nor do you have to spend the money for a chef to eat like the meal has been prepared by a chef. So here's an oldie but a goodie. I love the old ads because really good copy, really good value propositions never have to change over time. So this is Miller beer. And I remember when I was young, Miller used to have two phrases. Taste good, less filling. They had this for years and years and years. It stood the test of time. The value proposition, taste good, less filling. So now what they've done is it's Miller time, great taste, 96 calories. So they've morphed it a little bit into less filling, into fewer calories. So you don't have to be fancy to promote your value proposition, but it has to be different and unique and targeted to your target audience. So here's one that I love. Calm, the app, does an amazing job with demonstrating their value proposition. If you've ever watched YouTube TV or a streaming channel and they've got a Calm ad, they just have very calm, serene settings and they say nothing. So they're letting you experience their value of finding your calm with never having to say a word. And in this case, it's like our goal is to help you improve your health and happiness. And they're letting you decide, as we looked at needs, they're letting you decide what your needs is. Do you want to improve your quality of sleep? Do you want to improve your focus? Something else, self-improvement? They're just coming out and asking you, what problems you want us to solve for you? So these are some classic examples of how a value proposition can come to life in promotions. So just to wrap it up, remember that a value really is that overall sum of experiences and features and benefits and problem solving that comes in your overall package. So what I want you to do next is to think about the value your product provides. How are you solving the needs of your target audiences? And watch how to create a value proposition strategy in 4 simple steps in the next video. Take care, everyone.